Now entering the ring, fighting out of the red corner, weighing in at 200 pounds, fighting out of Citadel Martial Arts, and trained by Eric Grossman and Chris Palas, Corey Gustafson.
All right, Matt, first bout of the evening, we have Corey Gustafson, 6'1", 200 pounds, 46 years old. He's a real estate agent fighting out of Citadel Martial Arts. He'll be taking on Bill O'Keefe, 5'11", 200 pounds, 53 years old, a carpenter, boxing and a boxsmith. So it's a master's bout. Both men over the age of 40. Just for the folks at home, if they're over the age of 40, they're going to be using slightly larger gloves, so 16-ounce gloves, slightly larger headgear, 12-ounce headgear. Still a ton of weight and a ton of leather being thrown around.
Yeah, beyond that, one thing that stood out to me is their ages on paper weren't necessarily reflective of this guy's physique.
Yeah.
He's insanely
So
jacked.
he's got a Benjamin Button thing.
Yeah, man. He is fit. All right, let's see what O'Keefe looks like here.
Please welcome, fighting out of the blue corner, weighing in at 200 pounds, fighting from Boxsmith and trained by Jeff Smith and Amy Pohl, Bill the Hammer O'Keefe.
Coming out to Hendricks, another guy, so he's 53. He's extremely jacked. Also, I'll say
the Hendricks version versus the, Steve Ray Vaughan? Is that what we're doing?
not that. Generally speaking, I think the Hammer, not a great nickname because it's kind of like cliche. To be a carpenter and to be the Hammer,
So Matt and I will give you the play-by-play of the fights. We'll also give you the rundown of the walkout songs and the nicknames. So first nickname of the night, Bill the Hammer O'Keefe. I'll give it a B. Good B. Solid B grade. I guess it being a carpenter
This
is
fight
probably
is
B+.
sponsored by
think
our
it's stronger.
silver
I think it's
sponsor,
a stronger B+.
CBRE, and our bronze sponsor, Barsh & Cohen, PC Attorneys at Law.
So third man in the ring right now is our good friend Steve Clark, cancer survivor himself.
Yep.
Chief official of the New England LBC, fantastic referee, and an even greater person and friend.
Yeah, Steve's the man. I hate to look at. We don't really know what we're going to get in terms of the fight. We're going to find that out in a moment, and I hate to keep bringing it up. But as far as physiques for a guy that's 46 and a guy that's 53, these guys are fit looking.
Oh yeah.
So Citadel, more of a conventional mixed martial arts Muay Thai gym. Boxsmith, more a traditional boxing gym. Boxsmith, a staple of Haymakers rope. Jeff Smith and Amy Pohl in the corner, both Haymakers alum themselves. This should be interesting. I don't know anything about either men. Let's see what they bring to the table. Both kind of measured. It looks like O'Keefe is letting that right hand go right off the gate.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of nervous energy to start, but that right hand by O'Keefe seems to be landing a little cleaner than anything else. Gustafson happy to press the action behind his jab, kind of extending that left arm.
Gustafson finding a little bit of success with that right hand
Good
over
right
top
hand,
as well. Both men pushing a bit with that lead left, measuring, not necessarily snapping it, but that right hand having success on both sides.
I'll tell you one concern I have right out the gate. This pace is pretty high, and again, both men incredible shape for their age, but they're still on the older side of things. If this goes 3 rounds, I'll be interested to see if this pace holds up.
And fundamentally, they're sound.
Yep, good high guards,
but they're not using a ton of footwork, which I wonder what this will look like later on in the fight because they're right in front of each other. It looks like
Gustafson's landing a little cleaner now.
Gustafson stung O'Keefe with a couple of right hands there. Definitely got his attention.
I like that he's pressing the action, but I'd like to see him not kind of smother his punches, just be a little more at range.
He's starting to find
his
home for that right hand,
yeah.
and now that jab is snappier.
45 seconds left in the first round.
That right hand stung him again.
Kind of set up that right hand.
That jab is also landing a bit more, too. O'Keefe certainly still in it, very much game. Decent right hand by O'Keefe.
Yeah, so good right hand looking like it's throwing that one and the right hand to the body over and over to kind of set that right hand up top.
Good right hand by Gustafson. Oh, great uppercut by O'Keefe inside. a couple of decent rights back by Gustafson.
Pace slowing a little bit last 10 seconds of the round. Good competitive first round.
Yeah.
Slight edge to Gustafson.
I think so.
Yeah. Again, great first round.
I definitely think so. I also say body
Please
language
welcome
as of right
our
now.
ring
Keith looks a
warrior,
little
the
more tired.
legendary
Is that
Lisa Borowski.
Now that doesn't necessarily
battled with
translate.
breast
It
cancer
should be
and her
interesting how the next round
experience made her
starts.
more aware of what it
Gustafson has
means
a big bag of
to take
ice on his
better care
back.
of herself.
O'Keefe not taking the stool. I think
Story
that's by
to help make
design.
others
It's not
more
uncommon. I've seen
aware.
Boxsmith,
Welcome,
have
Lisa.
their boxers stand up. I don't think that's a terrible idea with older boxers. Keep their legs fresh, especially in these shorter fights, shorter rounds.
Absolutely. Fight is sponsored by our silver sponsors CBRE, our bronze sponsor Barsh and Cohen PC Attorneys at Law. Cohen, former Haymakers alum.
Oh, is it Neil?
Yep.
Ah, it's my guy. I love that dude. Another Boxmic fighter.
Yep. There you go.
Big dude. All right, so going into this next round, what would you like to see either fighter do in terms of adjustments? Anything in particular?
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to see Gustafson keep that pace, but at range, so not smother his offense. I'd like to see maybe a little more dynamic attack by O'Keefe, maybe mixing it up a little bit.
O'Keefe threw a single right uppercut in
that
there.
landed clean
it
and
was
hard.
Dynamite.
Good
Oh,
right hand by
great
O'Keefe,
right hand by
out the
O'Keefe.
gate.
See, what I was saying is body language, but great right hand by O'Keefe. It stung him.
Again.
So, like I was mentioning, in terms of appearance, O'Keefe did look the more tired of the two between rounds.
Oh, great right hand.
Good right hand by Gustafson.
Gustafson,
Yeah. But that doesn't necessarily translate after the fact.
Yeah, I think
Appearances can be
Gustafson's
deceiving.
too right hand heavy now. I'd
Yep.
like to see him jab more. He's relying way too much on that right hand.
Oh, good
Good
jab. by
jab. There
Gustafson.
you go.
Yep, again. But I will say O'Keefe, although he missed, he did add a third punch. He added a hook to the end of a combination there, which I did like to see. That's a competitive fight.
Yeah. Great early round by O'Keefe. Gustafson finding his jab. He found his right hand home for it too many times maybe in that first round, then just started throwing it over and over without setting it up.
Both men pawing with the jab. Gustafson's coming up short with the right hand, and O'Keefe seems to be
Good,
timing it. Oh, they
tight
just
right
landed
hand.
a
Another
great
tight
right hand by
Gus.
Gustafson. But I'll give O'Keefe credit. Both right hands that Gustafson landed, O'Keefe ate pretty well. Good jab by Gustafson. Good right hand. Good answer by O'Keefe. This is going to be good right hand by both men.
O'Keefe came out so good and stung Gus multiple times, but Gustafson I think is turning the corner here. He's got to set up that right hand though. He throws it on an island and it's not seeming to land. See if he throws that two by its. No, see when he sets it up with a jab, he has much more success.
Yeah,
kind of walked in that right hand.
He does fall in a bit, and I do hear chants which appear to be O'Keefe in the crowd. So look, that was the 10-second mark.
Yeah.
I believe once again
that Gustafson stuck it out.
Yeah.
O'Keefe had the most success maybe in the round, but it was in the first 10 seconds and then kind of tapered off.
Let's welcome
and that
back
recency
our
bias when you're a judge.
You know her, you love her, Lisa Borowski.
No fault of their own. You tend to kind of favor the end of a round more.
Now, while I have this 2 rounds to nothing,
could easily
it could be 2
rounds
rounds to nothing. O'Keefe. I mean, this is
not a blowout.
No,
It's a great competitive
him,
fight.
Lisa.
100%. No doubt about it.
So the ring card warrior is Lisa Borowski.
Yeah.
Borowski.
Nailed it.
Not bad. Breast cancer survivor herself. It's always great to see the card girls because they themselves typically are survivors. They have a great story, and that really reminds us why we're doing this in the first place. You know, it's more than boxing. So this is a fight where, again, whoever's up, it is close enough that if they have a big enough third round, they could easily win this fight.
No doubt about it.
So regardless of who's up.
So let's see if O'Keefe tends to have his best success early on. Let's see if he...
O'Keefe's right hand is
right
hard.
hand. Real good right hand. Yeah, it's just a matter. If he can keep that pace...
I'll give Gustafson credit this time. He did have a higher guard, but
I'd like to see...
O'Keefe landed a couple decent rights in there.
So it's funny. Personally, I would like to see Gus not press as hard as this early because that's
funny.
But
I kind of like it.
Yeah,
I'll tell you why.
It's taking his gas tank.
Yeah,
mitigate
some of that offense and drain him a little bit. But with that being said, O'Keefe is still landing good right hands.
Great right hand by O'Keefe again, yeah.
Decent right hand by Gustafson.
Yeah, Gustafson's not setting it up though. He's not. He's kind of selling that jab short. It's just kind of going through the motion. I'd like to see him stick that jab again.
I think for the first time in the fight, Gustafson appears to be the more tired of the two. I could be wrong. They're both tired, but both extremely active. O'Keefe's still throwing.
Yeah, I think Gustafson's having some real
jab at the end of that combo by O'Keefe.
Yeah, I think he sold out on his jab because his right hand was landing. A good right hand by Gustafson there. If he had set up stuff and relied on his jab and really stuck that jab instead of pawed with it, see, well, that was a good jab there, but he tends to paw with it now instead of sticking it and shooting the two behind it.
This is
an O'Keefe round.
This is an O'Keefe round. So far it is, at least. Oh,
good right hand
by both
men.
men is right. We're down to 15 seconds now. This round is up for grabs. I believe it's an O'Keefe round at this point. Gustafson did press the action. He's still coming forward. I think
right
that's
hand by O'Keefe again.
Bill O'Keefe closed out this fight. Now look.
I have it 2 rounds to 1.
I have it 2-1 as well.
But those first 2 rounds were closer than that third round, in my opinion.
Too.
So don't be surprised to see a split decision.
So my call, my unofficial call, my Harold Letterman call, is going to be 2 rounds to 1 Gustafson.
Can you give me a Harold Letterman though?
Okay, I have it 2 rounds to 1. Gustafson, he was the more active of the two. For the look at the corner, I like it. Trying to steal the round. But yeah, I do believe that's a Gustafson fight. With that being said, O'Keefe finished stronger, and he was in it the entire fight. I would not be shocked or disappointed in an O'Keefe victory.
Yeah. Great
spectacular opening
for a record-breaking event.
Yes.
This Boston event has raised more money than any Boston event prior. Haymakers for Hope is closing in on $27 million raised for cancer research since their origination in 2010. So, great first bout, highly competitive, both men, fantastic showings. Great job. Official decision coming up.
Which was quick, so I wonder if it's unanimous. Let's hear.
The winner by split decision, fighting out of the red corner, trained by Eric Grossman and Chris Palas, Corey Gustafson. Congratulations to both fighters.
As confusing an announcement as we could have.
The problem was, here's for the folks at home. Typically, if you're in the red corner, you stand
Ladies and
near the
gentlemen,
red corner when they do the official decision. So Steve Clark raised the hand of the person standing in the red corner who happened to be the boxer boxing out of the blue corner.